Russia, a state that is rightly despised by many. Its leaders have launched an illegal and unjustified war. Its leaders are responsible for hundreds of thousands of deaths and enormous destruction of resources. They are feeding generations of their own people into the meat grinder for no good reason. They view their people as nothing more than expendable cannon fodder. Some have taken to claiming that all Russians are somehow complicit in the horrors of the Putin regime, and a great many are. It is not just Putin, but it is not all Russians. An entire nationality is never evil. Never in history has an entire nationality been evil. As is always the case, some resist. Even in the most unlikely places, one will find righteous people. And there are Russians who aggressively oppose the Putin regime and have lost their freedom or even their lives for doing so. I strongly support Ukraine. I want Ukraine to be sent more weapons. I want the West to strongly support their noble struggle. But I despise the anti-Russian prejudice that saturates many pro-Ukraine circles. Hatred not simply of Russian leadership or Russian nationalism, but hatred of the Russian people as a whole. This behaviour is common and grotesque. We often see deranged idiots mocking the deaths of Russians. Hatred of a nationality is a dangerous thing. It should not be encouraged. One man should not be blamed for the crimes of another. Blaming large collectives of people for the actions of a few is incredibly dangerous. This way of thinking should be strongly discouraged. To normalize it is a terrible crime. And some people are outraged whenever I make these incredibly basic claims. They are so disgusted by Russia that they have abandoned their own humanity. They have become as bloodthirsty and irrational as the people they despise. The solution to bloodthirsty irrationality is not bloodthirsty irrationality. I understand that people are angry, but no amount of anger justifies disgusting prejudice. No amount of anger makes it okay to partake in such a dangerous form of thinking. Assigning moral guilt to an entire nationality. Hating an entire nationality. This mindset should not be normalized. It is the fuel of genocide. And I should not even have to say this because it should be obvious. It should be obvious that you can strongly support Ukraine without being a bloodthirsty, prejudiced lunatic. But in the modern world, nothing is obvious. Even the most basic moral values have been abandoned. Emotion dominates. Hatred and fear throw reason around like a rag doll. It is a dangerous state of affairs. We must return reason to the driver's seat. We need to be rational again. We do not defeat our enemies by becoming them. Irrationality is our enemy. Irrationality is the father of evil.